Hello everyone, I'm back. Hope everybody's having a good weekend, but I'm here today to talk about a wrestling topic that might be controversial for some purists out there. I know if Jim Cornette ever saw this video and he ever met me in person, he'd probably come at me with a pitchfork, but it's something that the Muppets Raw really highlighted for me, although it's been a problem with WWE programming for a long time, and it happens on every single show. It wasn't just this week's Raw. And it's part of the way WWE presents themselves. And I know they seem to like doing this variety show format. And, some people are split. Some people say, oh, it's entertainment. They should be able to do it. Again, the purists are like, they shouldn't do that. It should be a wrestling show, yada, 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 whatever. My take is, personally, it's like, all right, they don't want to be a straight-up wrestling show. They want to be, entertainment, a variety show, whatever. Okay, fine. They suck at it. So I'm going to, fuck them. They can't even do that right. They're not even good at it, so fuck them. Some people say that Vince McMahon is ashamed to, he's ashamed of wrestling. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think he's ashamed of his product. I just think, I think he wants to legitimize wrestling as a form of entertainment, and he goes about it in very strange ways. So I think his heart's in the right place, personally. For all the shitting I do on Vince McMahon, I do believe that he intends to put on a good show, so I'll give him that. But, the variety show thing is not working. One of the reasons it's not working is because they have the wrestlers recite scripted dialogue, word for word. And it's obvious. I can tell. Now, the problem with that is, and you hear people talk about wrestling from the 80s, guys like Ted DiBiase, you would just give them an index card, hit that point, here's who you're facing, go, and it would be magic. And, for the people that compare the wrestlers of today unfavorably to the wrestlers of the past, the wrestlers of today don't do the same things to get their characters over that the wrestlers of the past did. Again, they're being asked to do something that's very hard to do. They're being asked to recite scripted dialogue that's been written for them. They're not asked to project their own personality or to just go out there and create something and see if it sticks. They're basically asked to, okay, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to do it our way. This is the character we want for you. Go. Recite the script. And the problem with that is that, or the problem with doing things that way is that the wrestlers aren't trained actors. And in most cases, not all, The Rock can do it, obviously. Rock is probably the one guy who could do it all, sing, dance, tell jokes, make you cry, make you laugh, make it serious, whatever. Rock is probably the one guy in wrestling's history that could do everything that, you expect a performer to do, and, sure enough, he's a Hollywood actor. Good for him. But a lot of other guys, acting doesn't come naturally. Reciting scripted dialogue does not come naturally. And putting the wrestlers next to somebody like the Muppet Performers, it really highlights, okay, who are the true professionals, who are the true stage performers, and who aren't. And it shows. The Muppets themselves, those puppeteers, they didn't just put their hands on a felt puppet, create a silly voice, and go to town. That took years and years of practice of being stage performers, developing whatever character they had created for that particular puppet, and mastering an art. Basically, they basically had to learn how to hold conversations and learn how to look with their hands. Again, not easy to do. But the wrestlers of today aren't trained to do anything remotely like that. Acting is not a skill that comes naturally to most people. A lot of the best actors in Hollywood have to be trained how to do it. And when I see guys like Jack Swagger, God, who else? I've listened to Rey Mysterio tell jokes. It's painful. Most cases, those guys aren't capable of handling the script that's given to them. And that's where I'll give TNA credit. Their storyline could be stupid as motherfucking hell. That's, read the reports about how stupid TNA storylines are, and you'll hear all there is to say about it. But when they recite their promos, and I don't know how TNA does it. I don't know if it's just a word-for-word script or if they do the old-fashioned way of just go out there and say what's on your mind. I don't know how. I have absolutely no idea how they do it. But I believe what the characters are saying. The storyline could be stupid as motherfucking hell, but I never question the validity of what they're saying. I hope that makes sense. It's easier for me to buy the performances in TNA, at least on the mic, than it is in WWE. Now, there are exceptions on both sides. I would rank Punk over most guys in TNA, and Tara should never be allowed near a microphone, ever. But for the most part, generally, I feel like TNA's promos are better than the WWE's. And again, it comes down to that whole reciting dialogue, memorizing scripts, and things of that nature. They're basically being asked to be actors, but they're not trained to be actors, and I think that's a major problem. And again, this is where Jim Cornette would really bite my head off, I think. I think if WWE wants to do their presentation in this manner, if this is how they want their performers to perform, basically, they have to give them the tools necessary to let them be able to do it well. For example, I think that the wrestlers should have an acting coach on the road with them to go along, travel with the WWE, and help them learn how to recite scripted dialogue. Because again, it's not a skill that comes naturally. You have to be trained how to do it. And a lot of these guys are just not naturals at it. And, people praise The Miz for his mic work. Well, look, he came from the entertainment business. Yeah, he came from the real world, reality TV, but, reality TV, come on. He came from a performing stage of some kind. And that's why maybe his is a little bit better than most people. But, guys like Jack Swagger, they don't know what to do. And you can't get mad at them for it because that's not what they were trained to do, yet they're being asked to adapt and come up with new skills to do something that they've never done before. I think that in FCW, if they want this to be their true developmental, and this is where they want to develop the wrestlers, I think an acting course should be part of the regiment while you're down there in FCW, while you're down there, training. I don't see why you wouldn't do it that way. If you want the wrestlers to recite scripted dialogue and that's how you want to do it, I was like, all right, we're giving you the script word for word, here's what you say, then you have to give them those tools, and I think an acting course would be beneficial to them. Again, most wrestling purists don't like the sound of that, but then again, a lot of wrestling purists don't like the idea of celebrities being mixed in with wrestling, to which I say, WrestleMania wasn't founded on having great matches. The whole WrestleMania quality match or whatever. The original concept of WrestleMania was mixing celebrities with wrestlers. It wasn't until WrestleMania 3 that they really it started to be about specific matches. Before that, it was just, we got all these celebrities mixing in on, a fairly normal wrestling card. I think somebody described WrestleMania 1 as basically a standard MSG card with celebrities mixed in, and it's true. Grow up. Is there anybody who hates the idea of celebrities being mixed in with wrestling? It's a good idea when it's executed well, I say. And I think it would be more beneficial to the talents and to your show as a whole if you give them the tools necessary to learn how to perform, learn how to do, recite dialogue well, and learn how to portray characters well. If you're not going to let them come up with their own stuff, then they have to learn how to execute your stuff to the best of their abilities. And not everybody is capable of doing that, and I think it would be in the WWE's best interests to either go back to the old way of doing things. If you want to go back to the way they did it in the 80s, which, a Muppet Show in the WWF in the 80s probably would have been fucking amazing because you had so many wacky characters like Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the Bushwhackers and shit, and Junkyard Dog. You probably would have had a show where you wouldn't have been able to tell who the wrestlers were and who the Muppets were because it would have been so fucking weird. But yeah, I think an acting coach and acting courses in FCW is something the WWE needs. I think it's something that I'm shocked they haven't implemented that. For Christ's sake, they have a goddamn film division, for God's sake. Come on. You would think that would be something they were interested in. I don't know why they haven't done that yet. But, again, if you want to execute your system of doing things and maximize the potential of what you're trying to do, then I think that's the way to do it. And I think it'll really help out the wrestlers if you do things like that. I don't know. Could be wrong, but whatever. But yeah, that's my vid for the week. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend. I'm sorry, I'm exhausted. It's late at night here, and I'm just really fucking tired. I'm probably not going to post this until tomorrow morning because I'm just so sleepy. But I hope everybody has a blast, and I'll see you all next week.